Unbelievable.
I think it's well based off quali. There was what Turner, Mitzi, Crowding, and Ogwin seem to be the four favourites as such. So potentially those four could be the ones that find themselves on top, but and again there could be anybody. So we'll see. Obviously, Jam back there, down 15. He could find himself a comeback drive.
Definitely.
Stuff up. Let's have a look at the tyres. Everybody's on. Just look at that. Jitto on the softs, interestingly.
Yeah, he wants to go aggressive. Clearly, I expect to see some dive bombs from the Haas car there, Merckx, on the opening 3-4 laps because the soft tyres will go off very, very easily. So maybe for the first 2 laps, he'll just be absolutely sending it on everyone else because I think he's the only person.
Yeah, it could get a bit messy. So we've got Crowding on the hards in third. F1 driver on the hards. So it's Para, Jam, and both the Alpha Tauris. The rest are on the mediums. So watch out for Crowding at the start. So he might drop back a couple of places. He'll try and keep within reach of the top runners. But if he can, then this might be coming Crowding's way if he doesn't lose out at the start. But it is very tough. It's a short run down towards turn 1. So even if you get a okayish start, then you might be okay just to hold position. But it's going to be fairly interesting in that run through the first few corners, as they're just now coming round onto the straight, weaving the tyres, and they're going to form their way up to the grid. It's treating it like a safety car restart almost.
Yeah, I'm seeing on the mini-map here, because I'm on track right now, ladies and gents. I can see that, yeah, people are starting to bunch up. I'm seeing a McLaren bunching up the rest of the midfield pack as well. Hopefully no one gets disqualified in the meantime, but, you know, oh no, Elite Risks has just left the session.
Oh, Elite Risks has left the session. And
that is not good.
Back in after the lights. I would love to do that myself, but we'll have to. Unfortunately for Elite, that's not what he wanted to do. He's in 5th, so he's going to lose out a few positions there. And here we go then. 5 red lights are now coming on, and there are a light. It's a long hold, and they are off, and we are underway here in Baku, and it looks like the Aston Martin of Midsy's got a good start. He's up the inside, and he just can't get there. Turner goes wide, but he is safe, and he is through, and he is leading this race as they're 3 wide in the background almost. As they get through nicely, and Elite is dropping down, unfortunately. But Race Stroller up to 5th, Ogween 6th, as they're all just in a line at the moment. As Turner leads through the first few corners, and in the background there's not many Chambers. Dream Team to be changing place. Jitto has not really made the start he would have wanted. He's up only 1 place. Jam up the inside of Arbon. He's going to get forced into the wall, but he goes around the outside, and he is up into 14th place. As they're all side by side. They're going really slow up towards the castle section. As it looks like Dream Team's had a bit of a moment there, so he's dropped back. And they're all going through, filing through now. And there's the gap out front is already up to 1 second. And Mitsy's trying his best to hold on as Elite finally joins back, but he'll find himself way down the order.
Yeah, that has got to be very frustrating for Elite Risks. You know, he qualified in the top 5, and now he's, you know, he hasn't even got to the grid, and he's already found himself down the order. So hopefully he can make his way back up into the point playing positions, for depending where he's come back out. And yeah, but Turner with the lead, Mitty close behind though. So I think it's going to be a direct fight between those two, Crowding in 3rd as well. So the top 3 maintaining position on the first lap. as I'm going to finally retire after being given a really random chance to race. I don't know why, alright?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I wasn't planning on racing today, but there we go. Back in the comms box.
Yeah, Midzi close like right up to turn on the straight, so I wonder if he's used a little bit of DRS. Let's have a look. At least a bit of ERS, sorry. Yeah, he's used a little bit. But he's still got over half of his battery. Crowding's still there in third. So he's made a good start on the hards, so that's what he wanted to do, and he's going to try and stick with the front runners. Of course, you don't want, and there's been a yellow flag at the back, by the looks of it. Your car is nicely there. Looks like V2 and Dream Team had a stinker, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're a long way back now.
So yeah, they've had some trouble coming out of pits, by the looks of it. But yeah, Turner leads, and they're all pretty much in the DRS train all the way back to, well, I don't even know, like P14.
Yeah, I think, this is absolutely unbelievable, and that's what I mean with the high standards of Mckeon. Like, everyone is so quick, everyone's got a similar amount of pace, and DRS management is the order of the day, and you are going to see a massive DRS train. Unfortunately for Corey, because he's on the hard tyre here, no, he's on the mediums actually, he's actually dropping back from crowding.
He is dropping back.
Despite being on the softer tyre, so...
DRS is now enabled as well, and Corey has not got DRS. So we'll see how Midzi gets on with the first bite of the cherry. He's not going to get too close, but Race Roller, you think, could be wanting to get past Corey or tell him to hurry up and get a move on, because, well, Ogwin is right behind him as well, so we want to stay ahead of his championship rival, but at the moment, Corey is 1.2 seconds back. Crowding is trying his best to hang on those hard tyres. He's doing a great job. As their Dream Team's in the pits once again. So that's not going well at all.
Yeah, Dream Team having an absolute nightmare of a race. I hope my ghost car didn't get in the way of anything, as Bull Beast has managed to get past Arbon for P15. So these guys down the order, they want to get a move on here, as they don't want to lose out to the DRS train. So Bull Beast now has some clean air to push into as he loses the rear, and Arbon has gone round into the wall at the exit of the castle section, and that will definitely spell trouble for the Alpine, as he was already way down the field, he was already struggling to stay with DRS, and now he's had a spin on lap 3, and he is way back from Sem, who's made up 3 places in the opening 3 laps, so decent progress from the Alpha Tower as he looks to get back into the top 10.
Here comes Midzi in the Aston Martin, just trying to use the DRS, and that's it. In behind we have Race Roller under pressure from Ogwin, and Ogwin with the fastest lap goes ahead, and he's up into 5th place, and that is a good start from the Aston Martin driver, and it's 2 Aston Martins in the top 5, and they are really coming into play here. Midzi closing in once again, cannot close in enough as Corey is dropping further and further back from these front 3, and this is all coming towards Crowding, you would say, on those hard compound tyres, and he is staying in 3rd place. I want the interval, please. There we go. Corey is, well, he's had a good first sector by the looks of it, and he's really closing up, so he's listened and he's trying his best to catch up, but at the moment he's kind of teetering on the edge, and a train might just start forming on the back of the Williams driver. Let's see what we can do, but at the moment Midzi might have a run, potentially. We'll see. There's V2 and Arbon swap positions.
Oh, I think has he hit the wall there?
I think he just missed the wall, but he's had to back out of that, and now he's going to be under pressure from the Ferrari driver. See if he can get the DRS. Turner won't want to give him the DRS, and the detection point comes up, and it's no DRS for the Aston Martin driver.
No DRS. This is really playing into Crowding's hands here. He's on the hard tyre, and he's sticking with the front runners very nicely indeed. So he could definitely be one to watch towards the end of this Grand Prix, as he could definitely make those medium tyres work as well. And
Corey's made a mistake.
Trying to defend from Ogwin. He's made a mistake, and now surely the championship leader's already got ahead of his nearest rival. 10 points for him covering the top two, and it could be a chance for Ogwin to finally clear the Williams. He tries to go run outside of the turn 3. Corey fends off the championship leader for the time being, and he stays in P4, but Ogwin has got to make this move happen. He's losing time to the top 3, and this will prove crucial to his race by the end of it, as Sen is in the pits, and I think that's for damage. But Ogwin really making good progress so far, but he's got to clear the Williams if he wants the chance to go on the podium again.
Yeah, he does. He was so close, but around the outside of turn 3 is you're not going to get around there in a hurry about any of these drivers, as Crowding is teetering on the edge once again of that DRS. Obviously Corey as well is struggling to keep up with the pace of these front 3, and the front 2 certainly do have the pace on everyone at the moment, as they're trying to tow themselves away from the threat of the drivers behind. Mitzi doesn't make the mistake as he did last time, but he is well in DRS range, and he is clear of Crowding behind now, and Corey is not in range himself, so maybe there might be a change for the lead. They won't want to battle too much, so have to wait and see if he's going to have a go. No ERS is being used, so it looks like he just wants to stick behind. And here comes Ogwin as well in behind, so watch out for that. Mitzi sets the fastest lap. Ogwin is going to have a go. No, he's not going to have a go. It's so close to getting there. Mitzi still pushing turn around turn 2 almost. Surely he's going to have a run out of this corner. Here he goes. And it's like taking candy from a baby. And he is up into the lead on lap number 6. Let's have a look further back. Ham and Ray Stroll are battling it out, and Ham is ahead. He is the lead Red Bull driver. Ham is coming alive in this race, and Ray Stroll has dropped a further position back. And now Crowding is in trouble as Jam is making moves. As there's a yellow flag, and that looks to be V2.
Yeah, V2 combat there in the castle section, but now Mitzi leading the race here in Baku, and now this is his opportunity to create a gap and maybe break the DRS range between himself and Turner, as Ogwin crucially getting ahead of his championship rival. He still hasn't cleared Corey yet, which is definitely going to frustrate the Aston Martin, especially now as Corey is starting to reel in Crowding. I did see him hit the wall at turn 15 last lap, so I'm not sure if he's got damage, but he's definitely dropped back from the top 2.
No visible damage, but obviously it doesn't have to be visible to mean that there isn't damage on there. But you're right in saying that he's dropping back, and then but these medium tyres will start to wear soon enough, and he is definitely within striking range of the when he gets onto those medium tyres to claw all that time back. And here comes Ogwin once again. Corey does have that DRS to defend though. And he just brakes early. Corey goes deep, and he just about misses the wall on the exit. As Jitto comes into the pit lane off those soft compound tyres. Let's have a look at the tyres. And he should do 6 laps in the end on those tyres, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, let's have a look.
Oh, Corey's at the wall!
Oh,
Corey's at the wall at turn 3! Another
deep
mistake for the Williams! Surely! I always never got to be licking his lips here, Merckx. He's seeing Corey all over the shop here. And he's got to be saying to himself, this is the chance to overtake. But the problem was, through those first 2 corners, Corey had DRS as well. And you could see Corey really struggling through the slow corners. He's gone so deep.
He must have some sort of damage.
Yeah, he hit the wall. Yeah, it was quite a decent hit on the wall, to be fair. So, to be fair, he's kept out of the castle section wall, but he's not going to keep Ogwin behind for much longer. He's got yellow flags in sector 2, and
Jam.
Bezzers round and Jam.
Bezzers away caught up in all that as well.
Yeah, huge misfortune for the McLaren driver. He's currently 11th. He wasn't running 11th, and he was looking for some decent points, or looking to fight for points in this race, but now those hopes are down the drain. And
front wing damage as well. So we move back up onto Corey, and I think he's gone all the way to the left. Let's have a look. Is he coming into the pit lane? And it looks like he is coming into the pit lane, so he has sustained damage. As ahead of him comes Turner.
Turner is in as well, so Turner going for an undercut.
He's got a front wing change.
Oh, he's got damage as well! It's all unraveling here.
They haven't changed Corey's wing. They haven't changed Corey's wing.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't for damage. But either way, Turner, he's going to be absolutely fuming here. I thought he pitted for an undercut attempt on Midzi, but that was for a damaged front wing. As Paraquix is down inside of Bullbeast. P10, he's got no front wing. I don't know why he's fighting this, but, you know, Bullbeast gets through. And this is an alright old scrap for P10. For goodness sake, I don't even know how they're doing it. He goes really wide, does the McLaren, through turn 5, and the Alpha Tauri gets through. Unbelievable. Jam has no front wing either. Well, he's got damage with his front wing. I don't know what's going on here, man. I have no idea what is going on.
I don't know if people don't have front wings or not, but let's have a keep an eye on Corey just to see if he has got any damage or not. He will be able to see in comparison to Turner, who I think has just made a mistake in the castle section, and he has lost time. I don't know if he's hit the wall, but he might have just about kept it out of the wall there. But the gap out front now is almost 4 seconds, and it's a teetering on the edge of 4 seconds. And Ham is having a great race at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 1, and that is Sem.
Yeah, Sem having a nightmare here. You know, he had a moment in Q1, and now that is kind of just spiraled into a very frustrating race as Snipes is in the pits. And that is for a set of the hard time. And another front wing being replaced here.
Front wings are plenty at the moment as he comes out. Corey's back in the pits.
Oh, well, I think it turns out. And Turner is as well for these guys.
Turner in the pits. What is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. An absolute disaster for the Williams and the Alpine, as they both put on soft tyres.
Turner didn't even change his wing. So I don't know if he's had a... I don't know. Obviously, if it is light wing damage, it doesn't automatically change. You have to change it to yes if it's yellow wing damage. It doesn't automatically change. So if they've had that treatment, it's all eyes on... Oh, his hand goes very wide out of turn 11, I think that is. So he almost found himself in the wall. Crowding is just coming back towards this pack at the moment. This hand is really pushing on the ERS. Ogween's light is flashing for good measure as well. And they're trying to catch, stay in DRS as behind Jam's in the wall.
Jam has gone off at turn 15. And another front wing is gone here in Baku in the Mckeon division. Yeah, this is turning into something else. As Race Roller is coming into the pits.
No actual retirements yet. No, another yellow flag. Bez's going slow. He's got no front wing. He's definitely got no front wing. I have no idea what's going on. There's just front wings going everywhere. Apparently Para's still driving around without a front wing, so there we go. Yellow flag, and looks like Sem has crashed once again.
Yeah, Sem's having an awful day here. A torrid day for Sem.
Lapped as well, and he's getting out of the way of everyone, and I fear that he's going to come into the pit lane and retire at the end of this lap.
Yeah, so by the way, you might see one person retired, and that's me. But that will be the first official retirement of this race.
Turner's in the pits again as well, so I should cut off there, but Turner's come back into the pits. And it's a lot of wing changes, plenty. But it's Mitzi who leads on lap 10 of this race by 5 seconds now. He's really pulled out the gap, and he needs to pull out the gap to Crowding, because Crowding being on the faster and softer rubber once he comes into this. Once he comes to pit lane, but we're waiting to see if Crowding, obviously he had that hit on the wall. We're waiting to see if he's got damage himself. He goes wide, and it looks like it'll be Ogween's time to make a move. This Ham is still keeping him honest, and we're waiting to see if these drivers come into the pits as well.
We'll see what happens. So, yeah, SLR Ham, who hasn't looked particularly quick this weekend, could find himself in a chance
Crowding's in.
of getting a podium. As Crowding is in the pits, and I think this might be a race-ending front wing change, because if those are mediums, he's not going to the end of the race. And there you go, the front wing is being changed at Ferrari. Another front wing being changed here. What is going on? It seems like most people are struggling to keep out of the wall, and Crowding was one of them, and he could have benefited massively.
I haven't my head say it, but Leach has come into the pits, and he is changing his front wing. So, there you go.
Another one. Goodness me. It's all happening.
Race roller. He is ahead of Crowding, as to be expected, I think. They both had wing changes. Corey sets fastest lap, but at the moment that is, well, it's a bit expected on the softs all the way back down in 12th. And Liam confirmed what I thought, that Corey had damage and the pit crew didn't change. So yeah, you do have to select yes when Sem is still carrying on. You do have to select yes when your damage is light. When your damage is heavy, you don't have to. So it's kind of one of those game mechanics where you have to go around, but you do have to make sure that you click yes when you have damage, just to make sure. It's just one of those things on this game, but it seems like a few drivers have been caught out by that. Crowding is going to make a move. He has already made a move on Para. That's fairly quick. Yellow flag, and that is an Alpha Tauri going slowly. Looks to be Sem.
That might be Sem. Yeah. Crowding has made a move on Paraquix, who is staying out with no front wing. I don't really understand why some people are just insisting with driving without a front wing. But here is the championship leader.
It feels like he has got a front wing, but we can't see it because he surely would be further back by now. I don't know. Might be a visual glitch. No front wing change from Ogween, so that's good news for him. And he should come out ahead of Race Roller, and he does.
Yeah, so Ogween on the overcut there. Not
Arbon's out.
Front wing, and Arbon's been in the castle section.
And it is a full safety car. And just as they pit, Midzi and Ham are going to have a lovely time of coming into the pit lane and saying thank you very much. Give me a cheap pit stop. Arbon crashes at castle section. And the safety car trundles out of the pit lane, and that is the perfect time. The safety car come out, and Elite has sped on the safety car, and that is not very good. He cannot serve that until after the safety car comes out.
Yeah, it's been a rough race. It's been a rough race for the Division 1 champion. I know how quick he was. I raced him last season. He's a very quick driver, and he's even improved it here this season, but today's race has not gone well for him at all. Down in P11, he's got a penalty now, and, you know, very little chance of scoring points. And the worst part is for Ogween, is that the race leader, Midzi, has not been picked up by the safety car, so he can easily make this pit stop and get to the end of the race, along with F1 driver and Bull Beast as well, who have yet to stop. So he's got cars in between his teammate now that he needs to pass to win the race. So SLR Ham, you know, he will be absolutely laughing to himself. He's got a safety car out of nothing, and he could be fighting for a victory here today.
Well, yeah, it brings back some people into contention. Obviously, they've had to change. Here comes Midzi into the pits. And it's a comfortable change of tyres. Same for Ham, change of tyres, no front wing change. F1 driver onto the medium compound tyres. Bull Beast will be the same. Let's have a look at Ogween then. He will come.
Now, where's Ogween going to factor in?
Is he going to be in third? Is he going to get ahead of Ham? He's going to stay behind. Ham gets ahead.
Now that is going to annoy him.
That safety car has helped Ham out.
Yeah, it definitely has. Fresher tyres. It's just gone Ham's way right now, and especially driver and Bull Beast. well, 4th and 9th, you have to watch out for these guys because they're on medium tyres, and most people that are around, they're on hards. So they're going to have a tyre advantage towards the end of this race. And Arben has come into the chat saying, well, I wanted to make an impact on the race, but not in that manner. Well, it's very unfortunate, Arben. It's not been a good day, mate. I'm not going to lie. But you've definitely turned the race on its head here, because some people that were not fighting for, top positions are suddenly in a chance of scoring some very big points indeed. Guys like Driver, guys like Boobies, not the quickest guys in this field at all. Still quick, never in respects, I'm Division 1, you know how it is. But they've got a very good opportunity to score points. Jitto is brought back into the race because he pitted on hard tyres during, from soft tyres. So he's got to manage those tyres quite a way, but now things might just be a little bit easier on his front in terms of getting those tyres to the end of the race.
Yeah, and obviously, safety cars sometimes breed safety cars, so there could be more carnage towards the end, but Arben's the first actual retirement of this race. And Sem is in that train, but a lap down. Effectively out of this race. But yes, Midzi who leads from Ham, then Ogui, an F1 driver, finds himself in 4th. Ray Stroller in 5th, Crowding in 6th, Snipes in 7th, Jitto is 8th, then Bullbeast 9th, Elite in 10th, but does have a drive-through penalty to serve after the safety car, which will then promote Jam up, but he's now currently 11th. Para is 12th, Corey is 13th, Turner 14th, Bez is 15th, V2 16th, Dream Team 17th, and Sem a lap down in 18th place.
One thing that would have helped Sem is, how in real life the safety car, if a safety car comes out and drivers are a lap down, he'd be able to overtake the queue and overtake the safety car, and he'd still be able to do something in this race. But unfortunately for him, he can't do anything about that, as can't overtake the safety car. So yeah, Sam having a very long race. We've just reached half distance of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and well, he's gone off. He's gone off anyway. He's gone off at turn 3. There he is. As yeah, it's very random. Combat in the pits.
Oh, Race Roller's just made a mistake, and he's got to force it up. But just saw that off the edge on the corner of the camera as it was going past, and he just had a massive slide out of that chicane, and he's almost looped it around, but that'll be a moment of concern for Race Roller as he's got Crowding breathing down his neck. I'm sure Crowding will want to get past as soon as possible. Leah says, I don't know why he says Aston Arson for a start, so he's missed the M. Well done, Leah. Really impressive. He says 1, 2, and 4, but I don't know what he's meaning by that. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. I've just removed my HUD. That would be nice. There we go. Safety car is not in this lap, so we'll have one more lap behind the safety car. Yippee. Oh, I see, sorry. He meant the safety car, as in Aston Martin 1, 2, and 4. Right, got you now. But he just said Aston Martin, though, still. It's quite funny. But yeah, Aston Martin safety car.
Leah's got the whole squad laughing with that one. Unbelievable. But yeah, we should get racing again once I think Combat catches up with the rest of the queue.
Finally catch up. He's probably pushing through. He's set fast lap in that time.
Well, Minty, side by side with the safety car, he wants to get going. He's eager to get going because he knows he's got Ham right behind him on tyres at the same age as the race leader. Ogwin, the championship leader, currently in 3rd, but the main thing is he's ahead of Race Roller still. after that pit stop.
Yeah.
But what a terrible timing, really, because he's fighting
been...
Ham now for the race win.
Yeah, well, obviously Mitzi was comfortably ahead of these guys. Now he's lost all that gap, which will probably be the only thing that Mitzi didn't like about the safety car, that he had that at that moment. But these things happen, of course, in racing, so it's to be expected. And he didn't particularly get shafted too much by that. He still has the lead. He can still control the pace. You just have to make sure he does the restart in the right manner, so that he can stay ahead and catch the guys behind napping. See who can be the most awake on the restart. Once we get going, and we are almost there. Mitzi leads, as he has done ever since lap 6 of this race. And he'll try and keep the lead for the rest, but he has this safety car restart to manage. The safety car is confirmed to be in this lap. And now Bidsey comes with de facto safety car as the Aston Martin safety car speeds off into the distance. The Aston Martin car of Bidsey slows the pack down, weaving left and right as he waits. You want to go a bit later here because of the slipstream and the tow, so see how late he will go. He might go a bit early to catch them napping, but he's got to wait until that safety car comes into the pits. When will he go? Will he go late? Will he go early? Let's have a look. He speeds up in a straight line, and it looks like he's gone. And we are underway here in Baku, and it looks like Ogwin's got a really good start. He's already in the slipstream, in the tow. Ham kind of covers the inside, and he's going to stay on the inside. Ham goes late on the brakes. Almost.
Oh, he's got wide there. He's almost hit the wall there.
As he goes and he slows it down, there's crowding in the background, and he's got ahead of Race Roller down the inside, and he is up into 5th place. Race Roller is struggling, but he's trying to hold it on as there's been incidents in the background, and Parrot finds his way up into 9th place.
Bezos is
Let's
off.
have a look. Yes, Bezos is off, and he's struggling. Elite has come out of the pits, and he's now ahead. And let's have a look. Jam up into 10th. Para up into 9th. Volby stays in 8th, just behind Snipes, as Race Roller is just struggling a little bit to get those tyres up to temperature. But Volbeast is going to have a run. Is he going to have a go? Surely not. He thinks better of it. And he stays ahead.
We've still got a long way to go. We've got an 11-lap sprint to the end of the race. And right now, it is Midzi who leads, but Ham looking to keep him honest here in 2nd place. Ogwin had that chance to pass the Red Bull, but he's in 3rd. Driver looking to score a podium, maybe. You know, you never know. You don't write him off just yet. He's currently 4th after that safety car. Crowding on mediums in 5th. Roller struggling to hold those tyres in 6th place, as Bullbeast only managed to gain 1 place off that restart, and Jam rounds out the top 10 with Paraquicks ahead of him. So we've still got a way to go here, Mark. Anything can happen in the next 10 laps.
Here comes crowding. He might be too far back on this lap. Let's have a look further back. Yellow flag in sector 3, and Sem is out of this race. He's crashed, and doesn't look like anything is going to come out for that now. No, so they do carry on as Bullbeast gets ahead of Snipes, and he is up into 7th place. And Race Roller is really struggling on those hard compound tyres compared to everybody else around him. So it looks like this AlphaTauri is going to have another go. He's using up all his ERS. He's going to try and sneak down the inside all the way up to the wall. He goes, and he goes down the inside, finds an avenue down the inside, and he is up into 6th place. Yellow flag in sector 1. And that is Bezos off once again, slowing down and ahead. There's crowding, going to go round the outside. Surely they're not going to go round the outside there. No, he has a little bit of wheel banging. And he's muscled out. And they're going to get hot under the collar between those two, you feel. As there's been a little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, but it's Midsi who leads from Ham. Then Ogwin just trailing behind a little bit, but still within range of those front two drivers, and it's crowding looking to make the moves, and so is Bullbeast in behind as well.
Yeah, great move from Bullbeast. Definitely the overtake of the race so far. He was absolutely committed to getting past the struggling Red Bull, and that's exactly what he's managed to do, with move down the inside despite not having much room to work with. Great respect there from Roller to give him enough space in turn 3 but you can call it what you want. He's down in P7, so Bull Beast looking to make those medium tyres work as the top three separate by just less than 2 seconds. Ogween just trying to get into the DRS range of Ham, but it's not going to be easy because Ham's a very quick driver and he's still applying pressure to Midzi. The gap less than half a second. DRS has been enabled for the next 9 laps of this race, so Ham just has to time his moment and he might find himself winning the race as Paraquick and Sniper side by side. Through turn 2 they go. Paraquick stays ahead as Dream Team is off at turn 1.
Spun the safety car.
Oh, that's
Safety car has come out.
Well, hello.
I don't really know why. For a spin, it's come out. I did have this the other day. I had a league race where there was no DNS and we got safety cars, so it looks like there's been a touch of a trigger-happy safety car, but we're back out again. I do notice Bezos comes to pit lane and retires. He's had enough. I do know that the softs from here are not really an option because they just decide to go off after 2 laps. So obviously Jitto only took them 6 laps. We have 8 laps once we cross the line. So yeah, I think this will probably be a quick safety car, you would have to say. I hope.
Yeah,
we'll wait and see if someone chances their arm on a set of soft tyres out the back of the pack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there's going to be a few drivers that will definitely consider the soft tyres as an option. As you know, we've got 8 laps to go. I think we'll have about 6 racing laps left by the time the safety car comes in. So it's going to be interesting to see who will take that opportunity to pit. But I wouldn't be surprised to see drivers, you know, staying out to the end of the race. As we've got Midzi pulling up to the left-hand side. Is he gonna make the choice to pit? I think yes, he is.
Oh,
Midzi, the race. Oh,
oh.
Wow, I debated that. I've been.
Oh, you had me.
Wow.
You had me reeled in with that one, I have to say.
Wow.
Oh, well,
Even
loads
on
of drivers in the
commentary.
pits.
Even in commentary, he finds a way to bait me. Unbelievable.
That was
As Roller is in, Corey's in,
5,
Sam
6,
is in. 6
7
people are
drivers. 7 drivers are in. Yes, 7 drivers. Oh, I didn't mind maths. So yep, 7 drivers.
Nice one there, Max. But
I
yeah,
literally was like, I don't know. Oh, Turner has left the session. Let's get him back in. We're still in this race. Our pole sitter.
yeah, the pole sitter's had an absolute nightmare of a race, and now he's disconnected. He's up to 8th, to be fair, but now the thing is though, Elite Risks has stayed out. I want to bring your attention to that. So he's in trouble because now he's going to be absolutely dive bombed by everyone who's behind him on soft tyres. So I do not want to be Elite Risk right now. So ideally he'd get past Turner, or find a way past, or pick up some places from a bit of chaos in front of him and see what happens. And just put a car in between himself and the soft runners, because if he's going to get swallowed up if he's not careful on the restart.
Yeah, I don't think that these soft tyres are gonna work. In my opinion, it's just a long way on the set of softs with the rear tyre wear. It's going to be very tough to competitively get them to the end of the race. So I can see why Mitzi tried to bait everyone, but maybe the safety car is going to stay out for another lap while everybody takes a million years. Dream Team is going at slow miles an hour. So it'd be nice if he decided to catch up.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? So we can get racing here, but I think he's going pretty slowly because he knows he wants to do one less racing lap.
Yeah,
on the soft tyre.
It's going to give him more wear anyway, but yeah, we're going to go around one more time.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking of the logic behind him deciding to do that.
I feel like he just, maybe if he gets points at the end of this, then we can say that was. He's going slow once again.
Well, Arvid is suggesting that he's wondering if I think Midzi did he cross the pit lane line? Now, I don't know if that's even a rule.
Well, yeah, I don't
think
know.
he did.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's even a rule. It used to be a rule, but they scrapped that rule. So now, I don't see that being any problem. But yeah, we'll see. Midzi, Ham, and Ogwin still lead, and then you've got the drivers on the mediums still. I don't know. I feel like it's still in favour of the guys on the hard tyres. We'll wait and see, of course.
Yeah, because we've seen with Race Roller, you know, it was very difficult for him to warm up those hard tyres. So we'll see if any other of the hard runners struggle with that as well. I think Jitto might, because he's on 13 lap old tyres. You know, he picked it on lap 6 for the hards, and he's going to struggle to get to the end of this race. Definitely with pace as well, because, you know, he's got, you know, some soft runners behind him. So Jitto's going to have to defend like a lion if he wants to get points here today in Azerbaijan, as Midzi is following the safety car once again for the second time in this race, and hopefully we can get racing again so we can have at least 6 laps of a sprint race here in Baku to decide the winner of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. There it is, safety cars in this lap. We're going to get ready to go racing again, and I can't wait for this.
There we go then. Midzi does what he did a few laps ago, and he's going to have to do it all over again. A second restart. Will he do anything different? He played it to perfection last time. And can he do it again? It's always hard for that Sky in second. Can he make it work? Want to go later, well, a bit later down the track as possible. He's weaving left and right. When he goes straight, it's probably when he will go, and it looks like he's gone. So here we go then. Ham's done very well though, so he's in the track to the slipstream. Midzi's going to have to go defensive down into turn 1. Is Ham going to have a lunge down the inside? No, he's not. Oh, he almost hits the back of him, and he just scrapes through. Turner and Jitto's lost positions in the back. They're all scrambling at the back. Full position, Stream Team's retired. Oh, and there's people who've been make contact as well. And it's all over the place at the back, and Crowling's even lost places. Jitto's down a couple. And Race
It's all
back
kicking off.
up. I'm not really sure where to look at the moment. Crowding is side by side. He's lost the position to Volbeast. Volbeast made a good start on there. Oh, 6s and 7s at the back. And Jitto has just been swamped. Oh, and I've missed that.
Contact with Paraquicks.
And let's have a look. Race Roller has made it through. And as he come round the corner, it seems to be okay. But Midzi has perfected the restart once again, and is clear of Ham, and Ham is clear of Ogween. And as we go through, Jitto is losing even more places. Going to go side by side up towards the castle. Don't do that, please. Oh, Jitto goes deep, and he's losing time for the drivers behind, and that's not what they want at all. And Ham is losing out on DRS as Elite is ahead of Turner. Turner's made a mistake, and he's lost another position.
Wall, I think.
Oh my word, this is getting a little bit close. Yeah, Turner's made a mistake somewhere, which has lost him a couple of positions. Now Race Roller up into 8th on the soft compound tyres, as Midzi has got a 1.2 second gap out front, and it's all kicking off behind him as Crowding is right on the back of Volbeast, as here's Race Roller on the back of Elite Risk. Here comes Crowding down the straight. Can he make the move stick? He's going to go around the outside. Can he make it work around the outside? And he does.
Oh, they're so close.
That's so close.
I think wrists.
Oh, even more contact.
Got into the wall as these were literally side by side. This is unbelievable. This was 5th place here in this race, and they're absolutely going for it here.
Still side by side.
Can Crowding make the move happen? Ran outside in the turn 3. There's even more contact, and they're nearly locking wheels as well.
Still side by
side. Corner. And
in the wall.
They made contact, and they've locked into the wall.
Oh, and it's all slowed down behind them. And there's all. They're almost 3 wide going into this chicane. Oh my word, they're still side by side. Race Roller and Paraquicks.
What is happening here in the Mckeon division? Roller is trying to have Paraquicks.
They're side by side coming up towards the castle section.
through Castle. It's all
Oh,
kicking
my
off
word.
here. What is going on? This is
I have
literally
no idea.
This is literally the fifth
Crazy.
place. Fifth place in this Grand Prix.
Place
And
is
after
all.
all the chaos is happening, this is where all the chaos is unfolding. It's absolutely unbelievable. But
Just a
Crowding
dominant
and Bull
effect.
Beast will be absolutely fuming. You know, Bull Beast will feel like he was given absolutely no room, because the two were side by side through turn 4. Is it turn 4? Yeah,
Yes, turn 4.
Yeah, turn 4. Yeah, and you know, Pride will argue maybe he locked up somewhere, but either way, these guys were fighting for a top 5, and now that opportunity is gone, and now it's a presented opportunity for Paraquix, who is side by side with Elite Risks, down the straight towards turn 1. He's got much fresher soft tyres, and he's making them work as the McLaren driver, and he's up into 5th place.
Oh, Race Roller's gone deep. Race Roller's hit the wall, and I don't know if he's got any damage, but I think he hit the side pod on the wall, but that's put him under real pressure from Turner. He's got a few laps to go. Here comes Turner, and he's going to breeze past in a straight line.
Oh, and so does Corey.
Oh, we're on the outside.
Around the outside of both of them, and this could be a phenomenal move, and he makes it work.
Oh my word,
unbelievable move from SLR Corey.
Nowhere. Corey has done 2 for the price of 1. It's Hakkinen and Schumacher-esque from Corey on the end of the DRS straight. He's gone round the outside of the pair of them as Jam behind Race Roller. They're going side by side. They're going up towards the castle.
He wants this position.
Up the inside, and he takes it.
I think he's just hit the wall there, but I don't think he'll care a damn. He's up into P9. It's been a rough race for SLR Jam, and he's looking to make the places back, and it's not been too easy for him, but he's going to score some points in this race as it stands. And Race Roller's day goes from bad to worse. He's got his championship rival up in 3rd place. It'll be a big 14-point swing in the favour of SLR Ogwin in the Aston Martin, and it will just I don't see a way back for him right now. He's really struggling here.
I think it seems like his race is run. He might still get a point, but yeah, it's not really going his way at all. Here comes Jam on the back of Turner. Is he going to go down the inside and make that move? He is going to go down the inside, and he's going to gain another position in this race as Race Roller goes wide and almost into the wall for a 2nd lap in a row, and it's really going down the drain for Race Roller at the moment. As Jitto is still fighting, but he's got a time penalty to his name, unfortunately, so I think that will be that. And the gap out front is 2.6 seconds, and barring any sort of mishap, it should be Midsy's race. But there is a race for 2nd place still going on between Ham, Ogwin and F1 driver, as there's still a race for 5th place as well. Don't know where to look at the moment. Corey's trying to fight his way back for 5th place, and he's just pushing Elite around the track.
Yeah, he is. He's got those fresher soft tyres, and you know the tyre advantage will swing back towards Risk and anyone else who didn't pit under that safety car. And it turns out not pitting was the right decision as Turner loses the rear end of the back. And that's
Ham's in the wall. Ham's in the wall, and he's crashed out of this race.
Ham's in the wall! No! Ham! What have you done?
He's crashed at turn 15, and that's put F1 driver right on the back of Ogwin. He was already in DRS, but now F1 driver is going to be right in there for 2nd place in this race.
I don't think F1 driver could have imagined this at the end of qualifying. 1 minute he was down bottom of the barrel.
Is he going to go? Oh.
And now he's fighting for P2 in this race. The Mercedes breaks the Aston Martin 1-2 and is up into 2nd place. Paraquix is out of the race as well. They're tumbling out of this race. The SLR Jam and the SLR Ham out of the race, and he was looking at a podium, so that releases Midsy, and he'll be roping clear at the front, and Ogwin still can't make a move. Elite Risk is P4, and he was down, he was literally put last at one point, but Corey's going to make him pay for not pitting, and Jam is looking to do the same. Corey up P4, Risk looking for a top 5 here, as Crowding sets the fastest lap of the race, and that won't do him any good.
Elite's in the wall. No, that's ruined all his comeback work. He was looking for well, potentially a top 6 finish, and now he's lost his wing and he's going to struggle to the end of this race. Corey is somehow back up into 4th place, Jam up into 5th place. This race has just been ended crazy. And, well, for Midzi, I mean, he's had the calmest race you could imagine for out front. He can take it easy as he likes.
Yeah, it's been essentially just light work for Midzi, the reigning champion, since he took the lead of the race. But behind him, chaos has risen through Mckeon here on this Sunday evening. And I don't think we're done yet, because we've got 1 lap to go, and Jam is looking to get a top 4 here today. When he was down the order in qualifying, he crashed at the castle section in Q1. It could be from castle section to top 5-4 finish here for Jam. He's got DRX, he's going to use the overtake on the Williams. He moves to the outside line, making Corey go defensive. Can he make something happen here? He gets the switchback through turn 1. Does he have enough drive for turn 2? No, he doesn't. He sticks behind him for the time being. But out in front, Midzi leads. Jitto is still fighting with everything he's got to get something out of this race. But Jam
here comes
wants
Jam.
P4. He wants P4 here. He's trying to run outside. But Corey locks up and almost goes into the wall again at turn 3. But Jam is literally nearly pushing him through the first sector.
We're on the final lap and they're still fighting for 2nd. They're fighting for 4th. They're fighting for 6th. They're fighting for 8th in this race. Points are available for those who want them, but the top points and the gap rises to 6 seconds are going to go to one man, and one man that has deserved it ever since he took the lead on lap 6 of this race. He has never looked back, and he's controlled both restarts to perfection, and he stayed ahead, and he's got the straight to go, and it's going to be a fully deserved 25 points for the Aston Martin driver of B Midzi. He's going to take his 2nd win of the season, and he is coming right back at this championship, and do never count him out as he comes up towards the line now, and he wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Is Ogwin going to get past F1 driver? No, it's going to be an Aston Martin double podium, but it's F1 driver who's 2nd as Turner crashes on the final lap. And Jam up towards the line. Is he going to get past? He is on the line. Jam get past to P4. He comes home in 6th place. Race Roller will take 7th. Snipes will be 8th. Jitto will drop down to 10th. But he does get a World Championship point in the end. And he will, but it is Corey who finishes 5th behind Jam. And Snipes is 8th. Misses out behind Ray Stroller. V2 somehow gets points as well after he crashed early on. He's in P9. But wow, that was the second half of that race was absolutely chaotic. And the game just Jam driver of the day. But yeah, I mean, pick your driver of the day out of that lot, because that was incredible.
Incredible to say the least. Midzi with a phenomenal victory. It looks like light work to him, despite having to do that 2nd safety car restart. The reigning champion gets his 2nd victory of the season. He ties SLR Ogwin at 2 wins apiece for Aston Martin. They're 4th in 8 races so far in the Mckeon division in season 9. And they are definitely romping clear in the Constructors' Championship. But F1 driver P2... You know, I basically wrote him off after qualifying, so GG's from P10 to P2 in a chaotic race. So your final result here in Baku is Midzi, F1 driver, Ogwin, Jam, Corey, Elite Risks, Roller, Snipes, Combat, and Jitto rounding out the top 10 with a chaotic 6-lap sprint to end the race. What a race it was. What a race it was.
Yeah, that was... Well, I mean, I'm lost for words almost at the end of that, because, I mean, any way you looked, really, there was something going on. And Aston Martin take a double podium. If we could get Mitzi, F1 driver, and Ogwin into the party for their interviews. But yeah, crowding doesn't get that vast as that point in the end. I think he was hoping for more carnage to happen, but yeah, that was incredible. Those soft tyres in the end were just about made it for some of those. The jam somehow from, I don't even know where he was on that safety car restart, is in the top 4 as well. But yeah, well done for those drivers to recover. And Corey recovered as well. Elite had that drive-through penalty, and he's managed to get 6th place. Heartbreak for Turner as well. Obviously didn't go his way. He was trying to make a recovery. But yeah, there was a lot of different stories happening in that race. So we got people in the party. We just need F1 driver to get back in. We do. That's right. Make sure you've ticked your box. Simba, how would you want to do the interviews?
I think I'll take the 2 Astons and then you can take F1 driver.
All right, mate. Okay. Make sure you tick your box, and we'll try and hope that F1 driver gets back in. But yeah, we're underway with Ogween in 3rd.
Alright, SLR Queen. Another podium for you this season, but I don't think it might have been the race you wanted. So talk us through your race because it was actually looking quite good for you at one point. You know, you made some good progress in the field. So just talk us
Yeah.
through your race, Ogween.
Oh, this echo. I'm pretty much bold quali again. I tried giving Mitzi a toe. I almost took him out in the process, which is not good. But I had a good start on the mediums. I thought I had quite a good pace. So I got through the field, and I kept my wing in shape. But then the safety car came out. It kind of ruined me because I pit a lap before it came out. So Ham jumped me. Yeah, then I was just stuck behind him until he crashed, which almost took me out. But yeah, because of that, I had to slow down quite a lot, and then F1 driver got past, and I couldn't get back past him because I ran out of ERS. So P3's alright.
Well,
Too
it's
bad.
another podium, and you know, crucially, you extend your championship gap to Race Roller, who had a really rough day in the office. So, do you think you can carry on this momentum and try and go for the win next week?
Yeah, Canada's a strong track for me, so I hope so. I'm well into Midzy. Getting a
Oh,
double.
cheers, Ogween. We'll move on to F1 driver who finished 2nd.
Yeah, so F1 driver, you obviously taken the podium. What were your thoughts on that race? Yeah, so well done on finishing 2nd, and hopefully more good performances in the future. We'll move on to Midzy.
Right, Midzi, congratulations. That's win number 2 for you this season. Talk us through your race. It didn't seem like much was going on for you.
Hey, quickly, driver, can you unplug your mic or mute it or something?
Me.
You know. No, driver. No, there we go. All right, sweet. Yeah, not much really happened, to be honest. I think I kept it pretty clean, and then everyone around me making mistakes. And it's kind of what I was hoping for, really, because pacing a bit dodgy. But I think after a few, I think I made a mistake like on that 3 and turn almost pulled away. But after that, I think, especially when I was in clean air, I think I was just getting quicker and quicker really. So it was nice for a change to be up there again.
Well, that's win number 2. You've made a big boost in the championship, considering people around you have had were suffering in the chaos that was going on in the last 6 laps. I mean, of course, you didn't see it all, but yeah, everything unfolded behind you. So, do you think you can take this momentum forward into Canada and maybe push for title number 2, maybe?
Nah, not into Canada to be honest, because never really been that good around there on the controller. But I think after that, I think yeah, why not game on? Obviously, Ogween had a really good race as well, so obviously really good for the team. Got a bit unlucky not to keep the seconds as well, because the first safety car did screw him up a bit, but still solid either way. And as well, driver, well done, considering you was not up for it at all, or not feeling it. I knew you'd probably end up getting a podium or something. So yeah, well done anyway.
Well, cheers, Midzi. And yeah, I think that's going to be a good way to wrap up the stream, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations to the top 3 for surviving a chaotic race in Baku. And the next race will be Canada live on Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time. And until then, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Goodbye.